Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show. It's the Juliana and Bill show.
I'm Juliana.
And I'm, I guess, Bill. That's what they say. Good show. Already lined up. I'm lost. I forgot what I was going to say. Hang on, I need to get my notes. Anyways, how about you continue on speaking? Say something other
I'm
than
stuck on I'm obviously Bill.
instead of just sitting there giggling. Like a buffoon.
So, last week we talked about the palliative care telethon.
Oh my, yes, I said I'd get that the number. You continue, sorry.
And then we also mentioned that there was an election. So that happened yesterday. And we'll get the results. Well, you already have the results.
We already
for that
know.
as well.
Doug Ford won.
Yeah.
In Leeds Grenville, Steve Clark won. That was kind of a given. Hasn't been anything else than PC since what, 1950?
1950.
Wow.
Yeah. You told me that. I'm like, wow, no wonder this place seems like it's backwoods. It's because it's still stuck. Like nothing changes.
That has
Our
nothing.
politicians haven't changed.
Okay.
Politics or whatever.
Well, Brockville has changed.
Well, yeah, but not as much as
You want it to.
it should.
It changed just the way it should.
Oh,
Or,
okay.
like,
I
to say
think it
could
should
have
be
been-
big. It could be bigger. Could have been.
Could
bigger.
have been, but it's not. The universe didn't let it do that. It's the size it should be because it's the size it should be at this point. Yeah, probably, but I'm not going to get into all that nonsense about what should have been done and who could, what, such. We're not supposed to, right?
Okay.
So no. But yeah, that's just an interesting fact that nobody, the problem is, it's not that you're saying we're backwoods. I don't think so, and I think a lot of people will disagree with you on that one. But the thing is that no other party has put up a good candidate in this riding. The Liberal.
Yeah.
I have no clue who she was. Who was this lady?
No idea.
Not a clue. I've never seen her at any functions in Leeds Grenville, Thousand Islands, and Rideau Lake, or whatever it's called. It's one of the longest names for a riding in all of the province. But anyway,
Hey, go us overachievers.
But the candidate, the Liberal candidate, didn't even live in this riding. She's from Carleton Place.
Is that not part of our
No,
riding?
that's Carleton.
Oh.
This is a whole different riding.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well.
yeah.
We don't even have a Liberal candidate from this riding, so they had to choose one from outside of the riding.
Oh, she wanted to run. She was the best candidate that stepped forward. That's how the local Liberal Party would have done it. That's how it's done.
Okay, but she doesn't live here.
So what? What's your point? Yeah, I get it. She
How can
doesn't
you
really
represent
represent the
someplace?
people in this riding. That's what I'm saying. Is that even the NDP candidate, all the other candidates that were on the list, you saw them
Yeah.
when we voted yesterday. Yep. I didn't know any of those names. Not a one. Nothing.
Nope.
There was never any online media presence. I didn't see anything.
Not that I saw, no.
I don't know.
I mean, we keep getting certain things in the mail and like
It's always
pamphlets
Steve
and
Clark
stuff.
and Michael Barrett.
Yes.
Now, there are the members of Parliament, respectively, provincial and federally, but and they have a budget for that stuff.
Yeah.
But when you're running in an election, you've got to get your campaign donors and this and that and da-da-da-da-dee-lee-lee. It just seemed like all the other parties in this riding, I'm speaking just this riding, don't seem to have their thing together. It's last minute. Oh, well, who can we get to run?
Well, I mean, the whole election was kind of last minute.
Well, that's normal. This was a snap election. So the election rules do say that you have, when you call an election, there's so many days that it has to go on for campaigning, blah blah blah. And this isn't something new. It's just that they're not prepared until the last minute. Like, is this lady going to be the Liberal candidate for this riding from now on?
I don't know.
Because if it was me and I was the Liberal or the NDP or whatever, I'd be out knocking on doors now.
Yeah.
Because in 4 years, you want people to know who the hell you are. Because we go to election in 4 years for provincial. So, yeah, you gotta do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Steve Clark took a lot of votes in this riding.
It's because he's well known.
Of course he is, because he's out knocking on doors right from day one. Him, the one I did see, a lot of presence in social media.
Yeah.
Always just out there knocking on doors, shaking hands. He knows who the people are in this region. I never saw a photo or anything with any of the mayors or anything with the Liberal candidate, the NDP candidate, none of them.
No, I don't even know. Like, until we were walking past the Liberal
Campaign office in
campaign
Brockville.
office, thank
Yes.
you. I didn't even know what she looked like.
Oh, yeah. So that's...
Like,
It just doesn't, I don't know. If you're running a campaign, you got to do it big. Like, you got to go all in or get out. Because if that's, in my opinion, if that's the effort you're putting in to get elected, then you're not going to put in a lot of effort when you're on the job.
yeah, exactly.
That's what it says to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Probably,
maybe.
but that's just my opinion.
It screams I wasn't ready.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Just quickly off the top of my head, I think the NDP are now the official opposition. Ford has a majority government, so he can do whatever he wants, pretty much. And now the Liberals are the second or third party. They're just like, they only got 11 seats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's...
Could be because of Ottawa. Who knows? They're different parties, different ideologies, similar but yet dissimilar, different scope of practice, if you will. And yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. Going backward to the palliative telethon, they raised $160,450,000.
Okay.
What didn't you understand?
Oh, I was reading at the same time, so I missed half of it.
$160,450
Okay, got
for
it.
palliative care.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And because they did it differently than they do or had in previous years, it was all broadcast on Move FM 104.9 and Bounce CFGR. Can't think of the dial number, but anyways, maybe that is it. I don't know.
1037?
Maybe.
Something like
Anyways.
that. Jeffrey is on our YouTube chat. Hi,
Cool.
Jeff. And Casper's Encounters.
So, yeah, that's a lot of money to be raised.
Yes, it is.
A lot of money. A lot of money. So, what else? That covers that.
Okay. Well,
Oh, yeah. Today.
Yeah, the
Big-
economic blackout.
Yeah. Last day of the month.
Yeah.
28th February. We'll be talking about, kind of got us thinking about like superstitions and stuff. So we'll have that a little later on in the show. But yeah, this is a big day across Canada.
Yes. Yesterday there was a press conference, I want to say, something like that.
Or Charlie Angus and others. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a press conference. That's exactly what it was.
To
Oh my God. Is this your first day on the planet Earth? Hello and welcome to Earth.
I want to make sure I get the right wording. So anyway,
I would correct you
yes,
if you didn't.
to boycott Amazon, using Amazon
Not just Amazon.
yesterday.
Oh, I thought that was today.
That's what the press conference yesterday
Oh,
was
yeah,
about.
yeah. The press conference. Yes, sorry.
Was to boycott Amazon because of their closing
Their treatment of the province of Quebec and the people of Quebec.
Yes. Their workers. There's the 7 warehouses that
6.
I
thought it was 6.
No, they said it was 7.
Okay, 7, 6. All the warehouses Amazon has in Quebec.
In Quebec.
How about that?
Because they wanted to start a union because of their treatment and poor working conditions.
Yeah, it's on the news all over the place.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
And then today, the economic blackout of all things.
All of it.
U.S. made.
So it wasn't just Amazon. Now, that was led by Charlie Angus, and a member of Parliament for Timmins James Bay, and he's with the House of Commons up in Ottawa. And obviously, we've talked about it. I know Charlie.
Yes.
And knowing Charlie, this is not a political bullshit game for him.
No.
This isn't about, oh, look at me in the press. I'm rah, rah, rah. Vote for me and make sure. He doesn't need that because he will be guaranteed voted in for Timmins James Bay, in my opinion, for many moons to come. Why? Because Charlie is a man of the people.
Yes.
He's actually out there helping. Yes. Like, I don't mean just getting the money or showing up to cut a ribbon or something like that. No, I've seen Charlie building houses because they needed help. There was no press. There was no nothing. They weren't around. So anyways, this is Charlie spearheading a Canadian effort.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. They needed someone in, I wouldn't say power, but in power, if you get what I mean. He's not in, he works in Ottawa, does what he does, but his government's not in power to make those changes, even though they kind of are because the coalition with the Liberals. Anyways, long story short, it's not a political bullshit game for Charlie. No. This is a patriotism thing, a final, like he is so happy right now because when I lived in Timmins, Charlie talked about this a lot. And I wrote that essay based kind of on some of the stuff he had said. I wrote an essay, if you're wondering, when I was going to Queens for patriotism, Canadian patriotism. And maybe I'll share. Yeah, I'm going to share that essay later. I'll put it in the on the Facebook, down in the comments or whatever for tonight's show, and you can read it, whatever. It's pretty good. Anyways, this, so this is going on, but Charlie's asking, not just for today, the boycott starts today. Yes. And it continues until Amazon and Jeff Bezos and the management and whatnot.
He wants it to be an ongoing thing.
Yeah, because they were given a lot of money to build those warehouses. There were subsidies from the province of Quebec, the federal government. Yes. And now he's just closing them and you're walking away, Jeff Bezos. Well, why don't you get on your rocket ship and just fly off into space and not come back?
But pay back the money we gave you.
Yeah, that's before you go.
That's what Charlie was saying. Just pay back the money and whatever.
Or do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Fix the working conditions. Do this. Like, he can't just... Would they say they were having injuries every second day?
Yes.
Like, that just right there tells me that's not a good place to work.
No. What, an injury every 2 days?
Terrible.
Like the
Workers' Safety Board in Quebec. Yeah, it's not it's not called WSIB. It's called something else. But
they would have a field day with that. The
equivalent.
Like,
oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, trying to go just run over the labor laws in that province, like just completely
in Canada.
Disregard the labor
the country
laws.
Of Canada, the province of Quebec. Who knows what he's doing in Ontario? There's the one in Ottawa. There's several Amazon sites around. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but it'd be worth.
It's going to be an interesting. Yeah, it's going to be. I'm going to be following this obviously because I know Charlie. But what the point is, I guess, what we're getting at is the boycott of Amazon starts today. They were asking people also to boycott Google.
Walmart.
There's Walmart, obviously, that one. Any American stores or American products, just basically, that's what it is.
They were encouraging to shop and buy local.
That's always the route, though.
if you can.
That's the way it is supposed to be, according to like economic gurus and all that, society and sociology. Is that you always support your community first, then regionally, then bigger, and then bigger.
But I think Canadians,
right in your own household, it starts there first. But
yeah, but I think Canadians have already started the boycott way before today.
2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, easily. I've been seeing stuff all over social media for.
Well, there have been reporting of shelves being empty of Canadian products, but being full of the American products.
Oh, I saw it today down at Metro. A ton of Canadian products not even on the shelves, which tells me, shit, I didn't know that was Canadian.
No.
And a produce. There was big bins of apples sitting there. Granny Smith, green apples. I was going to get some till I saw a product of USA. I'm like, nope, not doing that.
No, not today.
Not today.
Not for a while.
No, actually, no, I have that backwards. Green apples and those ones were Ontario. They were just a little more expensive. That's why I didn't get them. Sorry. And the ones that were on sale were the American ones, and nobody was touching them. Nada.
No, the boycott has to continue until...
I've seen photos all over the place down east in the Sobeys. Whole shelves just cleared right out. They'll show that when they opened, and by noon, it's gone.
Wow.
Yep.
People aren't starting to hoard, I hope.
No. As people are leaving other stores and going to Canadian-owned stores.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you can do that, that's wonderful. Shop local, of course. If you can't, then go regional. If you can't, then just go a little bigger and bigger and bigger. What did we do before Amazon was around? Think. You went to stores locally.
Yeah.
If you couldn't get the product here, what did you do? You got in your car and you drove to Kingston to see if there was somewhere there that had it. Yeah. Or you would look in the yellow page.
Or you got on the telephone to find out.
Yeah. Or you went to Ottawa.
Yeah.
You made a day of it, blah, blah, blah. Nobody does that anymore. Nada. No. Not happening.
No.
Too easy to just jump on Amazon, buy something. Now I have to admit that I am guilty of buying something on Amazon today.
You didn't.
I did, but it's actually kind of a vital piece of equipment we do need. And, and that was the only place I could get it. There is no other place. So, But whatever. It is what it is.
We need Radio Shack. Or whatever it was.
Well, Radio Shack was American. That story.
What was it here?
Radio Shack.
What was the Canadian version, though?
Radio Shack.
But it's an American company.
I believe so, yes.
Oh.
Based out of the U.S. It's no different than Walmart. How are you confused?
I was looking
Why are you
for
confused?
audio and electrical equivalent store.
Oh, you didn't say that. For us, Long and McQuaid, we deal with them all the time.
Okay.
Again, this is a product you cannot get in Canada. I had to order it from Amazon, so that's just my story. So yeah, I'm guilty. So if you bought on Amazon, give yourself a break. Because it's got to be realistic. But again, if you can support locally and then go whatever, keeping it in our borders, a product that originates all the pieces, right from like the bare raw elements. It was mined in Timmins, and the oil that was used came from Alberta, and this and this and that's extreme. Could it be done? I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I really don't.
Could we eliminate everything that comes from the U.S. and just do it all ourselves? I had a great discussion with my friend about that today when I ran into him at Metro. Said we've got to start doing it. We have to start doing it. Now is our chance to shine and be the superpower. These guys are falling apart. If you haven't seen it yet, jump on YouTube, find Forbes Breaking News. You will see. It's the first time I've ever seen a president and the vice president attacking another world leader, basically, it becomes a fist. Oh, I thought it was going to become fisticuffs at one point.
It was
But President Zelensky was there.
Assault
Holy.
of another world leader. That's what it was. It was a verbal assault.
Yeah. It was, and Forbes did a great job on this. They had no commentary. They just set the camera down and let it roll.
Yeah.
It wasn't edited. They didn't do anything. It's just, there it is. And it's something else. There is a lot of outrage right now. This is the first time in my knowledge that you even know who the vice president is. Years before, you were like, who? I never even heard that guy. But now, this J.D. Vance, well, everybody knows that guy.
Yes.
Because, yeah, he's a genitalia. But, yeah, it's getting ridiculous. So now is the time for Canada to shine. Get off our asses and let's do it. Yeah, sure, we only have 41 million people and we're a big country, whatever.
We have all the resources.
We can do it. We've done it before with less people.
Yes.
Do it again. We used to have aircraft carriers and subs. We had the second best Navy in the world at the end of World War II.
Yeah, we can be like that again. We
need to be. It's not a choice.
No.
It's not a we need to be. We have to, we got to do it.
Oh yeah, we will.
We've got to. We got to step up now.
Canada.
People are already losing jobs.
Yeah, Canada can be a self-sufficient country, and trade with other countries other than the United States.
Of course.
The United States is not the rest of the world.
Nope. There's Trudeau, I guess, has been wheeling and dealing in his last few weeks, brokering some deals. I think it was something to do with oil and gas, more exports going to China and Japan, which, of course, has the Orange Man all just furious. Yeah. And then I saw he was meeting with the High Commissioner of Australia today. In Ottawa at the High Commission, so trying to solidify those trade routes and trade partnerships that we have, and then just building on it and building more and getting more, and just reassuring the other countries, hey, you know what, we're not taking their shit. So we know what they've done to you. We need to stand up. So yeah.
See. Is Trudeau's legacy going to be what he does going out, you think?
No.
No?
No. His legacy is the worst prime minister in Canadian history. They've already determined that pretty much. So yeah, I'm not going to get on that because it could go many ways. I don't want this to be a political show because I'm no political pundit or any of that nonsense. I just... When things need to be done, they get done. I don't care what the political ideology is or whatever. If somebody needs a helping hand, you help them.
Yeah.
Whether that's socialist or whatever ideology you want to call it, well, then call it what you want. It's helping a fellow human being. Sometimes we have to spend a lot of money to protect our military, improve our military and our sovereignty. Then we do it. We need to do it and stop saying, bitching and complaining and blah, blah. Oh, we don't need to spend that. Why? Why do we not need to spend that? Because we'll rely on the United States? Well, that didn't really go well for us, did it? Because now he's saying, if you're not the 51st state, I'm not protecting you anymore.
That relationship was bound to run its course.
Oh, of course it was.
I didn't figure it was going to be.
Canada and the U.S. are now in divorce court. The papers have been filed for divorce. It's the relationship. It's done. And the big bad bully is now all pissed off because, well, we're moving on.
Who
we're okay with it.
How are we dividing the kids here, people?
Well, that got the gong. But yeah. It's gotten crazy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because it's spring in the air. Spring's in the air, that's why. Everybody's gone crazy.
Yeah.
Lots going on. The snow is melting. It's going to be quite warm next week. So stay off the river. Stay off any
Yes,
of the
and anybody who has their fishing huts on there, get them off before. Well, our last cold snap is what, Sunday?
something like that. Some places may be okay for your ice fishing hut, but you got to get it off within the next few weeks for sure. Because the Coast Guard cutter is going to go through. The Griffin will come through and break up all the ice.
Oh,
It's usually around. I'd have to dig out all my old diving log books because we always went diving. We'd be sitting down a blockhouse, all of our gear on. I remember one year, Mark Cross he was there. He would remember it. We were sitting there and we were watching the Coast Guard cutter come up through. And the ice wasn't very thick, but it just it lifted and broke it, and it all just went away, and we dove in.
nice.
Yeah, it's good times.
That's another thing we're gonna have to be watching out for is all the different ships, the ship watching.
Sure. I guess. We can't really see them all that great from here.
Oh,
We
no.
can see them going by, but we can't make it the stacks or anything.
Well, we've got Helen. She can.
Yeah,
she-
Helen down at
she's a great
Dive Adventure.
resource.
Yeah, yeah, oh, for sure. She's out on the boat, the Helen C, at $8 scuba all the time. Big shout out to Helen. She's big in that, huge in the ship watching. But yeah, the water's going to be, or the water, well, it is water. It's going to be melting, or not melting, changing states here soon. And anyways, stay off the creeks because they'll be just ripping. It's
Yeah.
always little boys playing on the creek,
Why is it always little boys?
fascinated by running water. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Okay. Girls are smart.
Not
We're inside
not always.
when it's cold.
No,
we're
no,
playing
that's
with our dolls.
sure. But no, yeah, the little
stuffies.
girls have been swept away by creeks and
Oh, I
stuff. They
know.
get playing and whatever. Yeah, just keep an eye on the kids. Whatever, keep an eye on yourself.
Yes.
The creek up by what is it, by St. Mary's up in that area, off on Runnels Drive. That's a beautiful spot to go in the spring, because of the waterfalls that's
Isn't there
there.
a Buell's Creek or something?
Well, that'd be part of it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Now you've got me off topic because I'm trying to figure out all the creeks. But yeah, it would be part of Buell's Creek. So in that area, though, there's like little waterfalls, and then they, at one point, had channeled it. So there's a man-made channel that you go through, and then on the other side you can get to the falls and stuff. I used to take
okay.
pictures there every spring. So the water gets just ripping through there, and it's enough drop that you're going to get a hell of a current upstream and one hell of a current going downstream. So don't get in there and get fooling around because it can get deep, quite deep
Yeah.
in some spots. Like I'm not talking like 300 feet or anything like the river, but
It's still a
it'd
creek,
still
but
be-
it's still a running
In some
creek.
spots, it could, with this time of year, it could get to 6 feet in some spots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
just
only
be
need
careful.
what, an inch or two of water to drown.
1 inch.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
So
it.
watch your kids. Stay off the river. Coming up.
Get those ice fishing huts. If you've got that out there, you might want to start considering getting it off, which you'll be able to tell. You can see the ice thickness and whatnot. But if you do go through, it's expensive to get it, because that's why you have the number on the side of your shack, so that the Ministry of Natural Resources, when they come and they see it hanging out of the water or sitting on bottom, and they call scuba divers like me to get it out, they bring it up and they send them the bill, and I can trust you, scuba divers charge a lot to do that kind of thing. Well, I did that when I had the store, so I could do it.
Yeah.
But it's not. They fine you and they'll come after you for the expenses and stuff too.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So get your ice huts off early so that you don't have a hefty fine and a lot of expenses.
Yeah. It's lots of, and then you you gotta think
Stay
about your
safe.
ease and all that. Yeah. Wanted to do a shout out before we get on to what's coming up, because that was kind of like our just recap, whatever. Dennis Stein and Stein's Exotic Pets. If you haven't found them and you're looking for that exquisite pet, I saw him at the grocery store today. He was telling me about it.
Iguanas, chameleons,
goodness.
frogs, turtles. What
Everything,
else did
yeah.
I see there?
Dennis,
Yeah.
he's
No,
an exotic pet.
is he?
I guess. He's exotic. Okay, no, not that way. Never thought of that.
I didn't say anything.
No, I know you didn't. Yeah, Stein's Pets. Exotic, yeah, Stein's Exotics. I think that's what it's called on Facebook. Let me check. I messaged him. He'll tell me. What does it say here?
Well, you can always.
Stein's Exotics.
Yeah.
Stein's Exotics. So I'll get the link, put that in the comments also under the show after we end.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some nice thing. Like pets said, if you're thinking about getting a warm climate pet as we start getting into spring and warming up a bit.
Yeah.
Getting that sun into us.
I'd like a snake, not a lizard or.
They'll eat the cats. Snake would eat the cats.
No,
Or the
I don't
cats
want
would
a
eat the
giant
snake.
snake.
Or the cats would eat the snake.
No.
Anyways, yeah, check that out on Facebook. Give him some love.
Yeah.
Also, I want to say happy birthday to his mom, my second mom, Sharon Stein, turning
birthday,
28 today. I don't know. I have an idea of how young she is, but I won't say it because I'll get beat with a stick.
Happy birthday, Sharon.
Yeah, she's doing great.
Nice.
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, speaking
coming
of
up. Holy
snakes, St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
Snakes.
Yes. Snakes were expelled from Ireland by St. Patrick.
I know.
That's
thought that was-
part. That is one of the reasons for the celebration of St. Patrick's Day, or I don't know. It's a lore, I guess. I don't think it's ever been proven.
What?
Never been proven that St. Patrick expelled all the snakes from Ireland, thus defeating evil or expelling evil from the country.
So you're saying they don't even know if that's true?
I just know that there's no snakes in Ireland.
Well, I know that part, but you don't know if the story about St. Patrick driving them out or whatever, that part's true?
I don't know if it's true. No, it's
They don't
part
know.
of lore.
They don't know.
No.
Is that what you're saying, academia and all that? The country of Ireland doesn't even know?
From my research, I could not find.
Wow.
No.
Well, I have to get on to that. I'll have an update on this. I'll research this and we'll find out. Mm-hmm. I thought that was a true story.
That's what I thought too, honestly.
I thought it was a story that was based on a true account. Mm-hmm. Like people were there, they wrote it down. Yeah, I did this, and that's what I thought.
I don't know.
I guess we'll have to do a little research on that, find out.
Did snakes actually ever exist in Ireland to begin with?
Well, it is an island, small island, so maybe, probably.
There's an entire island filled with snakes you cannot go on because of the snakes.
Yeah. So why wouldn't they have any? Interesting.
No idea. Did they ever have any? Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything in my brief
Yeah, we'll
jaunt
check that.
into
And when is that?
history.
It's obviously the 17th. We know that, but that's a Monday. A Monday for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
It's going to be hard for businesses like the Key Storm and the Thousand Islands Brewery when that's a big day for bars.
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day, and when it's on a Monday, it's like, ugh. People, because they got to work the next day, so they're not staying out late.
Yeah, but they usually have their celebrations either the Friday and Saturday. They do a weekend thing.
The day that in this case, maybe the weekend before. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But they always do a big shindig over at the Key Storm. So. What else you got? For
Let's
St.
see.
Patty's Day, is that it?
Well, there's the 4-leaf clover.
Oh, okay.
So, actually, the shamrock is the 3-leaf clover, which is representative of St. Patrick's Day as a lucky 3-leaf clover type deal. But if you have the reason why a 4-leaf clover is more lucky is because it was believed in pagan times that it represented the rarity of a god.
Oh.
Yes.
Interesting.
Or the magic and luck, love, each leaf, faith, hope, love, and luck. Each leaf
Nice.
of a 4-leaf clover.
I didn't
That's
know
what
that.
it represented.
Huh.
So,
Quit banging your table.
Sorry.
I'm getting an awful bang in my head. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
It's as rare as 1 in 5,000 clovers.
Oh, really?
Is a 4-leaf clover.
Oh, that's a little
It
more
doesn't-
common than I thought it would be, but that's still a lot.
It doesn't sound like much, but try and find that 1 in 5,000.
Yeah.
That's
But there's
a lot.
millions of them,
Yeah.
billions around the world. So yeah, your odds are better than
Than
zero.
you would
but
think. But
it's still a
they're
lot.
hard to
Gee,
find. They're still really
5,000 clovers just in the front lawn, probably.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. What else?
Let's see. What else? Oh, yes. The pot of gold and the leprechauns.
The little leprechaun.
So a leprechaun is just...
Me. Is me.
No, you're not a
Oh.
leprechaun. You're not short enough.
No. Okay.
It's a little person.
Okay. The homunculus.
No.
Okay. Isn't it homunculus?
No, a leprechaun is of the fae folk.
The
Fairy.
who?
Fairies.
Okay.
It's a mischievous fairy that left the fairy courts and became a solo fairy.
Entrepreneur.
And they used to collect treasure. This didn't come until
So he was an
after.
entrepreneur. He's collecting gold and stuff.
Whether through deceit or otherwise.
Oh, okay. So then he's not an
Yes.
entrepreneur. He's a crook.
It could be. Mischievous means. And they used to bury their pot of gold at the end of rainbows. So at unattainable places where no one could go.
Wow.
That's
little bastards.
what... Yeah, they weren't nice. Leprechauns were not nice. They were
No.
very malevolent
Still not.
little beasts.
They're probably still around.
Probably. I don't
Maybe.
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the pot of gold didn't come until afterwards. It was saw that fairies like treasure, but the whole pot of gold thing didn't come about until after, what did it say? Pot of gold. Oh, yeah.
What? Don't keep us in suspense.
They thought that the rainbow was a barrier between earth and the divine. So that's why leprechauns would go and bury their pot of gold. And it was said that if you caught a leprechaun, he would give you 3 wishes to let him go.
Yeah. Caught one once.
Did you?
Still owes me 2. I may have to call on him.
Uh-oh.
Little bugger.
Uh-oh.
Usually hits me around the shins. Right on the right on the lateral malleolus. If you're not sure what that is, look it up.
So
That'll be the trivia question for today. What is the lateral malleolus? Because there's a
speaking
medial
of-
one, too.
Of fae and plants and gods. So did you know that the reason why you knock on wood is to awaken a spirit of the wood or the tree? Which
His name's Woody.
In pagan times they thought
Who?
in pagan
Oh,
times.
I thought you said in pagan times. I'm like, who are the pagans?
Oh gosh.
Never heard of them.
Would you keep on track? Follow me here.
I've got my headset turned up. That's what it sounded like to me.
In pagan
Anyway,
times,
yeah.
they thought that each plant had a spirit, and that spirit was a god. So when you knocked on wood, you were calling upon the spirit of that tree for either protection or good luck, or to say thank you
Wow.
for good luck or good fortune.
Knocking on wood. Thank you for allowing us to do the show tonight.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
awesome.
technology to do it.
Woohoo.
Yeah. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. Really interesting. I like looking into the origins of that stuff. Well, we always do that. Some
Yeah.
cliche or some saying or some phrase that we've just heard over all of our lives.
Yeah.
You look it up and it's like, hey, no, wait, that's not how it's our families, I'll say, they're using it in a completely wrong context. It's like they think it means one thing, but the true meaning is like, nah, that's not what it means.
No, it could be. It could not be.
Yeah, generally no.
Okay. What about if you break a mirror 7 years bad luck? Do you know why?
No.
Does anybody know why?
There, but that's the second media or impossible trivia question.
Oh, yeah, we can.
I guess you
that.
can't use. Now we're going to be in suspense. We'll have to figure. Yeah, don't give the answer.
Okay.
Do that. We'll give you the answer next week. Write her down. That's what the questions were. Lateral medial malleolus and the story about the mirror. Why
you
do
only
get
have 7 years bad luck?
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's see who knows.
I'm going to have to look that up myself.
Huh?
Interesting. Anything else more on like St. Patty's Day and superstitions and?
Well, I'm sure I could find more, but we've got.
Oh, we'll do it again. Well,
we've
when
got
we do
another
the
show or two before then,
of course. So yeah. When we talk about the mirror, we'll do a few more. And we'll have that like a little regular. We'll have that like a little regular segment.
Yeah.
Superstitions and stuff around the world, and people can chime in. Ties kind of into Casper's Encounters, Jeff, and paranormal investigators, his team. Mm-hmm. Some hauntings, or whatever.
He can go find us a leprechaun.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
They but some of these stories of hauntings and whatnot start as like superstitions, or it leads to a superstition or whatever. So yeah, it's intriguing. When you start looking into the meat and potatoes of and there's one, meat and potatoes. If you start looking into the nuts and bolts, into the mechanics of these stories, it's interesting, the origins.
Well, it was a great little rabbit hole to go down, and
you go down rabbit holes so easy too. I'm amazed she's even on the show.
The number of superstitions that have precede Christianity that we still use today.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if people realize the original meanings or if they're still the same. I didn't get down that rabbit hole yet.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. So. Like something from whenever before Christ, let's say. Well, obviously, if it's before Christ,
Roman times,
yeah,
medieval times, pagan times, like these are ancient superstitions.
And yeah, things change. Sure, they're going to change over time. People's interpretation or whatever. Yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll do a little segment each week on that. We'll throw out a couple superstitions.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. Gotta look that one up too again.
Sure.
Where that came from. Friday the 13th.
Well, it's generally because like the day, like the 13th day of the month falls on a Friday. That's why they call it that. Friday the 13th.
Oh.
You didn't know?
You're a jerk. The 13th doesn't always...
But when it does fall on a Friday, it's...
Of course, it's called Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. Oh.
Dork.
Oh, I'm just clarifying that you understood. I didn't know.
Where's Jason when you need him?
In the bottom of a lake.
We'll get to the horror stuff eventually. But
yeah. Oh, that's going to be a good show talking about horrors. Oh, you mean horror, like H-O.
Horror, Horror.
Not whore.
No.
Horror.
No.
How do you say it? Horror? No. If you said it with
horror.
Horror. I know. But it's so
I make it sound like it's an ER, not an OR.
Horror. Yeah. I try and get that or on the end, but even when I do it in audiobooks, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it'll come out, like I just said, a bunch of horrors. It's like, that's not what I meant. And then, of course, in the outtakes, I'm giggling like a 10-year-old kid.
You are a 10-year-old kid sometimes.
All the time. All the time. No need to grow up.
No.
No need.
No.
What else? That it? That's all you got? That's what's
Pretty
going
much
on?
all I
Yeah.
got for now. I mean,
stuff. I try and get stuff.
the end of, let's see, the SPCA Cupcake Day.
Oh, yeah.
Ends today. We'll find out.
How much money they did or didn't raise.
Well, I'm sure they raised quite a bit.
I'm sure, but they
Every
probably
little
had a
bit
target.
helps.
They might have had a target, and we'll see if they surpassed it or
Yeah.
came short. And
So we'll update people on that.
if you have a community event or anything going on or whatever, drop us a line in the comments or whatnot.
Or
or
your
on our
business
Facebook
wants a
page.
shout out,
Yeah,
whatever.
fire us a message on the Facebook page, and definitely you'll talk about that on air. And maybe once I get this software and everything set up properly, we'll have people on, get guests and whatnot, doing that through Zoom. They don't even have to come to the studio. Don't need it. Do it right from the comfort of your own home.
Yes, you can. So yeah.
Yeah. So, what? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's just we'll have the SPCA thing, and then I'll have some more St. Patty's Day stuff, maybe some more superstition stuff next week. Other than that,
And I'll try and get a
I
list
don't
of
believe I have
St.
anything.
Patty's stuff that's going on in the area, in Brockville
Oh
area.
yeah. Yeah.
Everybody celebrates it in some different way. So I'm
There
going to
are
find out if there's stuff the weekend before
Yeah.
or the day of. I'll have stuff. I'll get some stuff too.
I noticed a lot of storefronts already have decorations out for
Oh,
St.
good
Patty's Day
God.
stuff.
They've had
And
that.
they're wonderful.
Oh my!
Wonderful.
They've had that out for months now in some places. Once Valentine's Day was over, the little leprechaun came around and cranked everybody in the malleolus, and off he went and decorated the store.
You had to throw that in there,
And
didn't
then he
you?
took off with his pot of gold to the end of the rainbow, giggling all the
Shillelagh.
way. Yeah. Beating his shillelagh.
Clubbing people with his shillelagh.
Holy, that's perverted.
Shillelagh is a stick.
Depends on who you talk to. Anyways.
I thought it was a walking stick of some kind.
Yeah, it is. Sorta. Anyways. Nothing else? That's all I got.
That's all I got.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, we'll wrap her up. That was a good show. Almost an hour tonight. We'll try and push her again. Yeah. What was it? Oh, TV show that I do want to mention that we started watching, and it's a mind-blowing show. 0 Day.
Yes.
What's that on? Netflix?
It was on
Yes,
Netflix. Yeah. It was part of our binge-worthy
Holy
list
yeah.
that I didn't get to. But yeah,
Robert De Niro in that. Holy.
fabulous. Yes, absolutely fabulous.
That man's a genius when it comes to acting. Just, he can portray anybody.
Anybody.
Anything.
Yeah, evil, hero, anything in
Anything.
between.
All of it. Anything.
Yeah.
And when you see him, you think that suspension of disbelief, which is an acting principle, it's well, when you watch 0 Day, he's the president. We'll give that much. That's not spoiling it.
An ex-president.
Ex-president. But what I mean, when you watch it, you're thinking, that's not that's the president. You don't think that's Robert De Niro.
No.
You're thinking that's the president. That's how good he is.
Yeah.
That you forget that that's Robert De Niro, and you think, man, President Mullen, he was a good president. Mm-hmm. And you realize, wait a second, that guy's not even real.
Nope.
He's like that in a
You
lot
feel
of...
for him. He lost his son.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Yeah,
We won't give too much away, but yeah, that's a great show that we're binging on right now. Probably going to do that right after we go out and get off the air here.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Or I might play Fortnite and stream on Twitch. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah. You should be doing that more often. People like it. They do. They like, and we'll get you set up so you can chit chat with people. And
I
whatnot
just
on
like
there.
being able to drive a car that goes really fast and not have to stick to the road.
There is that. There is that.
Fun.
Alrighty. Then we will wrap it up. And, yeah.
We'll see everybody.
Yeah, we'll see everybody here next week, Friday at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'll try and go the whole hour. Until then, be nice to each other, play good in the sandbox, and bye for now, my friends.
Bye.